Okay. What's the score? I've sort of dropped the resolution down. Hello, if anyone's back again, if anyone's joined me after. There you go, that seems to have fixed it. 21:25. So I don't know what you're seeing. No, I don't know if you're seeing it from 5 minutes ago or what. I've dropped the resolution down, which is always a bit disappointing. But you know, you do what you can do. So, thanks if people are still here. Loads better. Okay, well, I'm hoping this is loads better. Camera still decides to go for a wee wander sometimes. Really, I'm looking for the ideal setup for this stuff, though. Yeah, the camera's drifting. Steve, the camera... Okay, my camera is drifting because it is literally drifting. It's drifting because I've got it on like an arm, and the arm is moving very slowly into my face. And that's not as good as I would like it to be. I'm kind of trying to see what you're seeing as well, but I mean, I'm seeing it slow, but as long as you're sort of nearly enough... Yeah, but you know, that's okay. The quality of it does look fine there. I think maybe we've found our sweet spot then for the resolution and things. So, I've got to fix these schwunky eyes here that I'm doing. You want a bit of camera drift, don't you? It's kind of exciting cinematic thing. Okay, massive improvement. All right, well, we know what our settings then should be, so hopefully we'll save those settings. What we don't know is how to stop that bloody camera drifting. That might have done it. I really didn't. It's going to stop drifting. I need an elastic band or something to keep the stupid thing in place. Yeah, bit of Inception will be all right. Let's see. I'll remove my camera, so it's going to jerk around while I get it in a good spot, and then once it's in that good spot, I can put the thing in the way to wedge it in place and stop it moving. Maybe. Anyway, this is Pops. So Pops is... That's what I need to do, is just pop it up there. Tilt it forward a little bit, a smidgen. Yeah, it is a bit like a slow camera and it follows, isn't it? Weekly deadline must be hard. Did you have longer to work? Oh, for fart's sake. No, I have longer than a week to work on 2000 AD stuff. I get generally 2 weeks to do a 6-page thing, but sometimes the deadlines are actually quite sort of broad because there's no specific deadline on them. Like the recent dreads that I did were kind of done one following the other, so it's a slight surprise to see them both turn up at around the same time. Cool, but I mean, it was a surprise. That's Andy Crossway on Facebook. Came for the drawing, stayed for the tech skills. Yeah, I'm sad. Rubbish tech skills, really, but there you go. I think that's a decent drawing of Pops, isn't it? Yeah. So we'll add a little bit of... So my eyesight's not what it used to be, and one of the problems is that getting close enough to a drawing to see the bloody thing's a right old pain. Not helped by a drifting camera, which I'm now having to keep one finger on to stop it moving. So I'm going to have to look for a way to kind of lock that in place, but that's alright. She works. Just add a bit of background there to that, just to give that a chance to shine a little bit, that drawing. Let's add a little, yeah, that'll do, a little kind of weep. There you go. I hope my friend Roger likes that. Hey Jerry's back. Jerry Paris on Facebook. Jerry Paris, awesome artist and lovely person. JP Jordan, do you have much planned for your string bags comp scene this convention season as well? Yeah, well, that's the thing. I've been thinking of things I could do with it. One of the problems is, I mean, it's a big, heavy book, so that's kind of, that's a slight problem. So just see what we're at so far. What are we into? Oh god, half an hour and I've only got 2 things drawn. That's rubbish, Paul. Look at all the tech problems I've had to deal with, though. So that's 2 drawings done. Dread, thank goodness. Dread can be done. Wait, shut up. Stop moving, camera. Dread can be done super fast. That's what I'm going to do next. Hang on. Let me see. Actually, a bit of Velcro would help, wouldn't it? I could Velcro the arm of this to not move at all. Right. Dread, let's go. Dread will be super fast. Here we go. Let's see. Back good. Do you have one for your... Okay. Jerry Paris, what camera are you using and what is it mounted on? It is a iPhone 11, which I've got plugged into a MacBook as kind of webcam, basically. So it's pretty high quality. Like, the iPhone's pretty good quality. And then it's mounted on a kind of spring arm, like what do you call it? Like a lamp would be. And the problem with that is it has got a little bit of a life of its own. So it is kind of deciding to move and reposition itself and generally be a right pain in my backside. So let's see. So I don't want anyone to think a Dread sketch gets short shrift. It doesn't. I love drawing Dread, but I am super fast at drawing Dread. So I can do that super fast. So the next sketch I've got after this Dread is a kind of my choice, but if anyone's got a suggestion for it, I'll happily have a look. Loving your sketching, Michael on Facebook. Loving your sketching speed. Do you normally work without much in the way of construction lines? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, these are faces, so these are kind of easy. I do a nominal sort of, this is the circle for the head, but it's at this point it's like a ghost. It's not really, it is the oil. It's the how to draw an oil sketch all over. So I just literally do a little circle for a head and away I go. So it's pretty easy. But like in characters like Dread, I start doing a circle, and then the helmet totally encompasses that circle, and then the rest of it kind of goes nowhere near it. So you're sort of drawing a different kind of beastie. But yeah, no, I do a little bit of construction stuff if it's a more finished piece, if it's inked things and so on. I'll do layouts and all sorts of things so they are finished. Do you prefer traditional or digital? Traditional, I find, helps me get that stuff done quicker, and or not quicker. Quicker is the wrong phrase. Traditional basically helps me start. If I'm really, really stuck, I can get things done very quickly. But it is not anywhere near as fast as... You got a big shot of my hairy arm then again, sorry. You're not really seeing all of that, are you? Let's see. That's because I changed the resolution, I think is what's happening. So if I take that shot way up there, you should be able to see a good draw. That actually might work better. I just need to keep the bloody camera from moving. Grabbed a short 20cm near arm to clamp the camera over the desk. I am going to have to do that. McBrain on Twitch, do you add some colour? Just asking. I do have prices for a colour. At the moment, I haven't really done any yet, and I'm kind of wary of doing it just yet because I think it will slow me way down. Like at the moment, I can blast through sketches. Doing inking is going to slow me down, and so I probably the irony is when you sort of offer things like inking, you tend to offer them at slightly cheaper than say 2 pencil sketches, but it takes you longer to do or as long to do. So it's always a mistake to do that. So there's a Dread head. Yay, I love drawing Dread. He's a cool dude. I mean, let's add a couple of Dread buildings in there. I think I finally figured out how my Dread buildings look like. I've been drawing a lot of late. There we go. One Dredd for the asking. Now, my choice. I don't know what my choice is. Someone better tell me a choice. Let's go with Batman. Sod it. Let's go with super shaded Batman. Batman is Dredd, isn't he? Really? I mean, he's Dredd. Sort of, kind of. Likes a laugh, does Batman, though. He's not Dredd at all. Dredd would be very not fond of him. And he doesn't have quite the chin, so let's do that. So you see, I mean, that's how fast I can bang out a quick sketch. Hope you're still here. The chat's slowed down there, but I don't know if that's just the nature of these things or what. So that's my quick Batman. So now I'll start adding some shading, which is going to be the thing that takes a wee bit of time to do. I have to put that down. Oh, right, I definitely got to get myself an arm that doesn't move. Well, it isn't nice that it's so high up now. It's actually quite handy. Doing a Dredd Edge in red. Is that a copyright one? Is that copyright Mondo? So Mac Brain on Twitch says, doing the Dredd Edge in red, is that a copyright Mondo? I think I might be wrong, but I think you're asking about the kind of on the cuff of Dredd's outfit, where I tend to do a little red highlight thing, or I do a sort of little bit of red trim on it. That comes from the Judge Dredd movie, the Stallone one. So I don't know if Mondo, if they can claim, Mondo can claim that one, but it's definitely there. Let's see. So just to remind you, if you're new here, I am sketching for money. All my slots are booked up for tonight and next week. So I'll be doing this again next Saturday. Hopefully, as we do, as I do a couple of them, I'll get better at figuring out the tech of it. I think this one had a couple of stops and restarts, and I think next week shouldn't have any of that. It should just work off the bat. Excuse that unintentional pun. There you go. Get that down a smidgen. So you can, if you're after one, you can go to my website, which is pauljholden.com, and there's details there on the Saturday sketch show. But the gist of it is, for a pencil sketch like this, it's 30 quid, and that includes postage in the UK. In America, postage adds a couple of quid on. It's actually not too bad. I was really expecting the postage to be a killer, but it turns out postage isn't too bad at all. And that's Batman. Afterwards, 79 on Twitch, my youngest, age 12, inspired to grab a pencil and paper and try Morbius after watching. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Kids should draw all the time, whatever works, whatever inspires them. That's awesome. So let's put the Dredd down. God, I'm really getting slowly through this. Stop moving, camera. Domino. Oh, that's right. Domino's one of those ones I'm definitely going to have to Google. Just to see what Domino looks like. Of course, she'll end up being the one from the X-Men movie, won't she? That's the reference I'll end up with. Okay. You're getting a view of my arm again. I'm really sorry for... I mean, I don't know what anyone's going to see if they look up and they see this big, giant, hairy, long thing on their screen, but I apologise. Well, Jerry, if you want to ink one of these things, I will happily send it to you. My goodness, I would love to see you inking. I mean, what I should do is send you a piece of artwork, because you've sent me so much stuff, and I'll send you some pencil stuff or something, because that would be cool. Right, Domino. So I'm going with X-Men comic domino rather than movie domino, I think. Put some structure in there. Doesn't look like structure, but it is. I mean, I suppose I'm putting a lot of structure, and the structure is kind of stuff that that's a lot of structure is kind of. I think you're expecting like abstract shapes, like circles and triangles and all that kind of stuff. But my structure is more. That's it. That's a forehead, and there's a chin, and it's the same sort of thing. It's just I've more internalized some of the more complicated shapes. So there's still a lot of structure going on, and then from the structure to the finished piece is usually kind of relatively simple. So I don't know what Domino's shtick is. She must have a shtick. Andy Crosswit says, it's funny you say you're being slow too. That's still quick, and it's good. Thank you very much, Andy. It's very kind of you to say so. It's always impressive when it's drawn fast. I'm going to have to figure out a way not to include my arm in these shots. It's even I'm being disconcerted by it. Okay, so the domino I'm seeing here, I don't know where her eye patch is. It's on the right hand side. She's got like a... So she's got a little patch there, doesn't she? So my personal weakness is pretty girls. That sounds terrible. My personal weakness is I can't draw pretty girls. That's always been a problem for me. So I should really practice more, and which is why I'm sort of rubbing out bits here. It's primarily because like if you're drawing very ugly old men, which is I do frequently, it's super easy to more lines just makes them more uglier and gives them more character, whereas very pretty young girls have very little lines, so you're desperately trying to figure out how to draw that without putting any lines on the stupid thing, and that's my biggest problem is is getting rid of those lines and making sure there's a minimum of line work there. There you go. I'll give her hair like that, and that'll do. And then I'll shoulder. She's got a very long neck from the basis of that. Lucky powers, things go for her way and she gets messed. Okay, so yeah, Domino's got lucky powers, things go her way and get messed up for others. So yeah, I think I knew that. I think it's not. I think it's a character that sort of was in the zeitgeist long after I'd stopped sort of going anywhere near X-Men-y kind of things. It's glossy hair. We're doing the glossy hair now. Glossy hair essentially is figure out where the light is going to hit it and then make all your lines go towards that, and that'll be it. That's you. All the notes, all the teaching. Look at all the teaching I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And she's probably holding a gun, I'd imagine, doesn't she? She's probably got a silencer on the gun, because that's easier to draw. And I'll give her a little elbow pad because I can't not give people armour. She's got a tint of white hair there. Maybe not, I don't know. Let's do it anyway. Let's do it! By the way, I am B. Hello, B. Oh, B. Okay, McBride B. Okay. So I'm really. I mean, I suppose I should just write down, say who these are all for, but I kind of think, oh, people might want to keep it private and stuff. But it's not like I'm drawing nudes or anything, so it should be okay. Of course, I haven't written them all down here. I've got them in my other book that's got people's names. Give her a little smirky smile there. And a little bit of... Domino's Pizza. there's a few of those heroes that have just pure luck that are Gambit. It's Gambit. No, Gambit isn't pure luck. He's a gambly type. But the Longshot's the other one, isn't he? Are they related? Is it just the powers? I don't know. There we go. I think that's okay, isn't it? Write some of the lines there, and then let's give her some flyaway hair here. Oh, I'm gonna fill in this hair. It's all right. Tidy pencils, PJ, lighting on her hair. Top job, bub. Thank you very much, Rick. Longshot and Black Hat are ones I know of, yeah. JP. Longshot, no relation as far as I'm aware, though who can keep track these days? That's very true, Stokesies. Don't think Longshot is currently considered part of the X-Men lineup on their Hicks. Well, you know. Who knows? And people say Judge Dredd is complicated. I don't know. That's alright, isn't it? It's got a smidge of, and I'll own this. I don't think it's there, but I'll pretend that there's a smidge of it. It's got a smidge of Aeon Flux. Andy, that's Ace, mate. Thank you very much. Andy on Facebook. Dredd, another Dredd. So this is a US fan, so I don't know if that makes any difference to how I'm going to draw Dredd, but it's kind of nice that US fans want Dredd. That's nice. What are we in? 9:46. 9:46. I've got 2 more to do. Actually, we're back on track. Didn't think I'd get anywhere near that, but I feel like this Dredd's already got away from me. It's not quite what I wanted it to do. He's going to have an odd flared helmet, I think. Shall we make him shout something, will we? 100 messages today with Restream chat. Congratulations. Well done, everyone. You've given me 100 messages. Thanks very much, Andy. That's pretty unfierce, thank you. That's me all over, pretty unfierce. Michael on Facebook, I tend to overwork my art with way too much detail when I should stop sooner. How do you personally know when enough is enough? Well, my problem's usually the other way around. My problem is I stop too soon whenever I should be keeping going. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, when you're looking at these sketches, so I'm looking at these sketches as I'm doing them, and even at this stage, I'm going, okay, do you know what? It's got everything. It's got this right now. This has literally got everything you might want in a Judge Dredd drawing. There's, anything now is just rendering. So everything is there. Everything is there. There's nothing to be done now except add some shading and make sure it's enough. And then it's a question of, well, what shading do I like? So I could do lots of noodly feather detail. I could do lots of complicated sort of Brian Bolland-esque line work and stuff. But I kind of each different things have different kind of textures. So this helmet's got a shiny reflective quality. So that usually means a very simple sort of black. Nothing too complicated. There's no feathering on it at all, because feathering tends to lean towards things like fabrics and so on, and real world things. You don't tend to get shiny things that feather. And so, but you can see there, I haven't drawn anything extra. I've literally just rendered that. So, I mean, what really helps enormously deciding when I've done too much is deadlines. Knowing it's got to be finished. So if this were a real thing, there would be things like the room would be reflected off the helmet, and other things would be reflected off the helmet, and it would add this kind of hodgepodge of complexity which you wouldn't really grasp unless you were looking at it. Whereas we can fake all that. I mean, humans are brilliant at reading this stuff and reading things into it. So all I've done is fake that how reflective that would be. And let's add a badge. And let's just tighten up the line work there. Let's add... So, now here's where we would get into feathering. There's a little bit of feathering around there. I'm going to add a shadow under his nose, because why not? I'm Add a little bit of shadow, which is going to follow the bottom of his lip. So I'm always thinking about the three-dimensional shape and what it would cast and what shadows there would be because of it, and also what would look cool. So it would look cool to have the kind of that sort of emphasis there. Just looks good. Oh look, I forgot to show you. You couldn't see that when I'm drawing it. TC Grimsby, I love the Judge Dredd. It's where I got my middle name. I don't know what your middle name is. Is it Joe? I'm presuming it's Joe. Let's assume it's Joe and not Dredd, because Dredd as a middle name would be cool, but it seems unlikely any parent would add that to their child. And Dredd's visor has this. So, I mean, you can go back and look on this video, but you can see I haven't really added much to it beyond the rendering there. So let's add a little more in there. And this, I don't know, did that help? I don't know. Joseph, there we go. I knew, yeah. Joseph's a good middle name. Good, strong. So now I'll just add a little bit of agey kind of scar tissue, that kind of thing. So just a reminder, if you would love a sketch like this or anything similar to what I've done so far, you can hit me up on my website, pauljholden.com, and you can see the Saturday sketch thing where I list the sketches that I'm going to do in the order I'm going to do them and how much they will cost. So, sketches are 30 quid for an A5 drawing like this, which is a pretty nice little drawing. I think it's the best. I was kind of trying to figure out how much do you charge for things like this and what can you get, what would represent good value for money, and I think this is good value. It's good value for me and it's good value for you, and I can post these nice and easily because they just go into the post office straight away without any fuss. So there we go, there's one cool little Dredd. Rick's away for some cake and some tea. Drog, excellent. Rick's on Facebook. Good for you, Rick. Just to show you what we've done so far. So there's the Dredd, Domino, Batman, another Dredd, different Dredd, Morbius, and Pops from the book The String Bags, which is this book here, which is in all good comic shops soon. Oh yes, I was asked, what am I going to do with the comics? How am I going to sell them? What's going to happen? And the answer is, I've been thinking about that quite hard because I do have a lot of copies and I'm not going to be able to take them to conventions with me. So instead I was kind of thinking I might sell them on my website with a sketch drawn inside, an inked sketch for 50 quid is what I'm thinking. It's expensive for the book. I will not deny that, but it comes with a drawing and it's signed. And frankly, I'd nearly, when a book comes out like that, you sort of want people to buy it from bookstores and from comic shops because it encourages the encourages the publisher to do more. So Mike Bray, if you can't do the Minnie Mouse, I still want the Dreadpool. I think you think I'm taking the Mickey. I'm not honestly shows you her you drawn, and she asked me. I can absolutely do it. I can't do it today. I can, if you go to my website, you'll see I can do. I can only do about 8 drawings in an hour, which is what I'm trying to get through. So here's the drawings I've been doing today. So I can only get through 8 drawings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Johnny Alpha next. Because I don't want to take too much of your time. I don't want to be drawn here for 2 hours and taking up loads of your time. I want it. An hour is it seems like a good length, but that means I can only do about 8 drawings. But next week, for example, I have about 4 or 5 drawings, so there's slots for more there. If anyone wants a drawing, they can, you can email me directly, and I can organise to put you down for a list. So I honestly not in any way. I'm absolutely taking you seriously, Mike Brain on Twitch. Even if it sounds like I'm joking, I'm taking you seriously. I will draw anything for money. I am so happy to draw for money, you wouldn't believe it. So if you want to contact me on my website, and we can organise that. That's not a problem at all. I'd be very happy to do it. So next one, Johnny Alpha. Okay, Johnny Alpha, super handsome Johnny Alpha. Let's see if we can get in here a bit more. Johnny Alpha's got that very peculiar helmet. Sort of looks like I'm drawing a dog. I don't know. I can do. In fact, so next week I've got 4 sketches lined up next week, and 2 of them are for kids who have been told to have an early bedtime, so I've got to do those. But I'll do them as pencils, and then I can do yours next if you email me and let me know. So let's see, Johnny Alpha. I'm drawing him at a funny angle, that's the only thing, so now I'm going to have to figure out why is it that angle. He's looking at a badge, that's why he's at that angle. Let's see. Oh, I really have to figure out some better way of dealing with this stupid arm on the camera. So I hope you're enjoying this. I don't know. I mean, if you're more or less invested in it when I'm drawing a sketch for someone that I don't know, if I should be talking more, talking less. My email address is pjholden@gmail.com. pjholden@gmail.com. And if you put the subject line live sketch, because that's my biggest problem is kind of keeping myself organized with all these things, because I've had so many requests from so many people. So my thinking was I'd only get to do one of these little shows, and then it proved to be fairly popular. So now I'm kind of going, oh, I'll maybe do another one next week. But if I get enough requests, then it's easily another one after that, and maybe another one after that, and another one after that. I don't know. But definitely people seem to. I mean, the people that have got sketches have already said, "Oh, I'd like to get another one." So that means I'm too cheap, clearly. But that's fine. I'm going to set myself an art challenge tomorrow. This is from Jerry, so I'm going to read out Jerry's full thing there because I love Jerry. Stokes, yes, please send me. So as Dave Stokes has said, I've got a tweet link for your camera arm I grabbed from Amazon if you like it, PJ. Yes, please, that would be awesome if you could email me that. Brian Dixon on YouTube said these are great. Thank you very much, Brian. Jerry Paris said, going to set myself an art challenge tomorrow to see how many A5 sketches I can do. And there'll be a lot more construction lines. Been really enjoying watching your work tonight. Always find it inspiring. I'm being called away to make tea. Oh, Jerry. Jerry, it's been lovely to have you in the room. One day we'll get to actually meet, and that'll be amazing. And send me all your sketches that you're doing, because I love your work. Jerry's an amazing artist. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Jerry Paris as a comic artist, but Jerry was hugely influential on my work, and it was one of the reasons why I was always into comics. Really, was seeing Jerry's work, which appeared in computer and video games. It didn't really appear in. It should have been in 2000 AD. Why Jerry's work never appeared in 2000 AD is a constant source of mystery to me, and one day we'll find out. So if there's anything you think this show needs, let me know. Do you need background music? Do you need? Should I change the time? Is 9 too late for people? What do you think? Brian, you can request sketches. So if you go to my website, which is pauljholden.com, you'll see a link there saying Saturday Sketch Show, and it'll explain absolutely everything there. The gist of it is, though, that sketches are £30 for pencil sketch, A5 pencil sketch like this, and then and they go up if you want inks and colours. And the I basically have a limited number of slots per week, so if you would like one, then just fire me an email and we'll fit you into the next one. That would be the way it would work. Jeremy Dunn says Freefall Warriors. Yes, Freefall Warriors, amazing. I mean, everything Jerry did was incredible. I do remember giving John McRae, who at the time had got a gig drawing some, what was it? It was G.I. Joe. So it was G.I. Joe from Marvel UK, and he had basically been asked to draw Snake Eyes. And I said to him, because John and I know each other a long time, and I said to John, look, if you want to draw Snake Eyes, the person who's drawn Snake Eyes the best is Jerry Paris in this incredible Snake Eyes strip, and you should have a look at it. And I gave him my copy of it, and I never got it back, so, you know, it's okay. I'm not sore about it, John. I am still sore about it. There you go. So nice to have some background chat when I'm working. Yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying just chatting away. I mean, so friends of mine will say this is the perfect situation for me. I don't have to listen to anyone, and everyone has to listen to me. That's my platonic ideal of a chat. So the video quality is good, is it? I mean, that's my big concern. Is the video quality good on all platforms? Everyone on Facebook able to watch it? Everyone on Twitch able to watch it? Everyone on Twitter able to watch it? If that's all working, then that's good. So there's he's for some reason looking at his badge. I don't know why. I presume he's contemplating it in some way. There we go. There we go. It's got dark out now, actually. So maybe I need better lighting. That's the only thing I might need. This black thing you're seeing, by the way, is the top of my glasses. That's to show you where the camera is. It's right beside my head. All fine on Facebook. Awesome. So I've got one last drawing, which is the crow from The Hobbit. Croak. What's his name? Croak. You're going to see my hairy arm again. I apologise. Roak, son of Kark from The Hobbit, so which is a big crow. So this is where I do have to look up references of crows. Big crow. So corvid. He's a big bold crow. Others get to draw birds all the time and probably know what they look like. I, on the other hand, do not. It's occasionally autofocusing on my hair now. Yeah, it is kind of annoying, isn't it? Let's see if we can... Manually focus. Autofocus. Manual focus. Hopefully that is manually focused on that now. Oh, let's see, a crow. Right, I'm digging up crow references. Imagine being asked to draw a crow. I don't know what crows look like. My goodness, they look a bit like that, don't they? He's a bald crow too, so I don't know quite how that works for crows. How do crows express baldness? So, I mean, right, there is now we know the video's working lovely. I'll tell you, my little setup here actually is nearly perfect, apart from this ridiculously slidey arm on this stupid thing. I suppose if he's an old crow, he's going to have a lot of dented, battered bits on him, isn't he? So I've got my iPad right beside my screen. My iPad's connected to my computer, and it looks like, basically it's giving me a screen from my computer, from my MacBook, or from my Mac Mini rather, which means that as I do things here on that streaming software and the chat and stuff, I can actually see a computer screen, but it's on my iPad, so it can be put anywhere, really. What would it be? Would he have something in his mouth? He might have something in his mouth, mightn't he? Probably something interesting or useful, like a token of some kind rather than a thing, food. feel like that beak is too bent, but this is one of those ones that's going to live or die in the rendering, I think. So he's got a bald noggin. This is what I was sent anyway. The information I was told was he's a bald crow. He's got a bald crone. No, a bald crow. Okay, a bald crow. Okay. Don't quite know how that looks, but okay. The funny thing about being an artist is just how much stuff you're required to know how to draw. And the reality is I can draw maybe Judge Dredd good. Everything else I've got to learn. I've got to kind of figure it out and go, ooh, how does this work? How does that work? So I think we're actually pretty good for getting towards an hour's worth of video. That would be it. I will do one last plug for anyone who would like to get a sketch. So I'll be doing exactly the same thing next week, hopefully without the chaos of me trying to figure out how to work it, because we'll have done it once. And it should be easier then. And the plan would be to do another 8 sketches. 8 seems to be a good number. We got through exactly 8. I'll show you all of the sketches in a little second once I've just sort of finished this crow here. I should really draw more of it, but that would be enough. Isn't that enough? Is that enough for drawing? Okay. My wife is saying, okay. My brain, thank you very much. I will check my email shortly and I'll get back to you as soon as I do. Would be good to see you inking something. Yeah, my plan is to ink something. The only thing is inking takes a wee bit longer, and it's more fiddly, and you need to be a wee bit more precise, and this camera's still moving, so I've got to be careful with it. Well, not careful with it, but because the camera's still moving, I'm kind of like, oh, what's going on? So let's show you what we did today. Let's show you this last hour. What you might have seen, you have been watching right at the end. I'll get you have been watching written across the screen. So Morbius, the living vampire. He's scary. Pops from my book The String Bags, available in comic shops and available in bookshops and available everywhere you can buy book things. I will be putting these on my website, which will include, so if I open up the page here, there's a beautiful big white blank page. And I'll be selling them online for 50 quid, which includes a sketch on that blank page. So I've got a few of them. I've got about 20 of those books. So I'll be selling about 15 maybe of them, 10 or 15 of them. I've given away a few already to friends. But that'll be on my website and you can look that up. So that's Pops from that. Batman, which was what I like to call Lady's Choice. That was just my choice, whatever I wanted to do. So I drew Batman. Domino. There we go. A Dread for a US fan, so I put a wee bit of different angle in there. Oh, and another Dread. 2 Dreads. No 2 Dreads are the same, and yet they all look very similar. But I like to try and give different Dreads. Johnny Alpha, that looks pretty cool actually. I think it's a nice. It's got a bit of what's his name? It's not my art, but it looks a bit like another artist. But World War II artist, Hammer, Hell's Hammers. He drew Mike Dory. He's got a little bit of Mike Dory around it for some reason, and which is no bad thing. And Croak the Crow. What's his name? I don't know. A crow, a bald crow. I don't. Anyway, look, that's been brilliant. Thank you very much. I hope. Let's see. I'm going to take the camera off so you can see my face. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for coming in and enjoying the show. You'll probably find the sound is now out of sync. It never mattered too much when I was drawing, but you'll find it is a bit out of sync as well. And also my face is red because I have a very red face. But thank you, and same time next week, hopefully. If you want to give me any feedback, that'd be awesome. If you're on YouTube, a like would be great. If you're on Twitch, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. But also, if you want to leave a comment, I'm particularly interested in whether doing it from 8 would be better than doing it from 9. I can do that. And it may mean there's more light. It may mean younger kids can get to watch. But anyway, next week it'll be 9. The following week it might be 8 or 9, depending on what people think. Thank you very much for joining me. Cheerio. Bye.